Hi, I'm Dana, and for the most part at the minute, I'm at a really lovely point in my life where I'm surrounded by a lot of really supportive people that are very, very nice to me. And I've been putting in, and am putting in, but have been putting in for a long time now, quite a lot of work into trying to build my self confidence, build my self esteem, build my self worth, be able to feel good about myself, be able to feel proud of my achievements, all of that kind of thing. It's it's continuous work, but I've also been putting in the continuous work for long enough now that it is, in some ways, I think, starting to pay off. And there's a lot of ways in which I am actually feeling a lot better about myself. I do have a lot more self worth and self esteem, and I'm not so concerned about how other people feel about me and all of that kind of stuff. There's a lot of things that I've been working on that are really coming to fruition and that are really helping me out. And especially having moved and having surrounded myself with a really positive, nice community that really try to support each other and be kind to each other and respect each other and all of that. The vast majority of things are going very, very well for me right now, and I'm really quite proud of myself in a lot of ways. But there is also a massive level to which I'm like, okay, but I've been here before, you know? Like I've had many a time that I'm like, oh, actually, I think that several of my issues in life and the way that people approach me and the way that I approach people and all of these things to do with socializing and relationships, I think some of it, shockingly enough, is actually my own fault and is sort of a consequence of the way that I am as a person, the way that I approach things. Shockingly enough, I do actually have an effect on my own life. I know it's incredible, isn't it? It's not. I think I first came to the realization when I was about 13, to be honest with you. It's been a very ongoing thing in my life, largely because it's one of the things that I've very consistently been told by adults when I was younger and therapists and all that kind of thing is, oh, you just need more self-confidence, you just need a bit more self-worth. So it's been an ongoing process. But many of the times that I've been here, I've not been allowed to get to it, you know? I've been surrounded by a lot of people who are very abusive, very neglectful, didn't really like me very much. And it's meant that for the vast majority of my life, when I've had points when I've tried to build my self-esteem and my self-confidence and feel better about myself and feel proud of my achievements and all that kind of thing, there has been someone there who has been very fucking ready to knock me down a peg or two, to humble me a little bit, because I'm getting a little bit too big for my boots. And it's the type of thing where I don't want to say I've never gotten too big for my boots, but I do think in regards to my self-confidence and my self-worth and that type of thing and my view of myself, I actually don't think I've ever gotten too big for my boots. I actually think that a lot of times I was just about beginning to have some understanding of a development of self-worth and self-esteem, and the people in my life could see that would affect our relationship, that would affect me setting boundaries, it would affect the way that I saw them, the way that I allowed them to treat me. And they were like, no, we fucking don't, bitch, you slow right back down, we're not doing that. And I would very quickly be humbled by them. As always, I would like this to be some level of a discussion. Please do comment. So I'm going to give you some of the examples of the times that it's happened that's a bit more specific. And I have really mulled this one over because I don't want to just bring up times that I've essentially been negged by abusive people, you know? It's, I think, quite a lot deeper than that, and it's definitely been one of the big things that's really kept me down and kept me in a position where I didn't have the self-worth or the self-confidence to be able to leave abusive situations. It's definitely had a very big effect on me beyond just making me not feel very good, you know? So we've talked before about my mother on here and the fact that I did a lot of performance-based things as a child and teenager. I was very into drama and musical theatre and music in general. So I did a lot of performance-based things, and we've discussed how she just never really showed any sort of pride in me and was very okay, you've done it, you wanted to do it, didn't you? Deal with it, get over it, you've done it now. And that wasn't great, and also definitely didn't help my self-esteem and stuff in that regard. But one of the really big moments that really made my self-confidence and my self-worth and everything that I'd been developing just drop was when I'd done a summer school at LIPA, which is it's a performing arts university, and during the summer and on weekends they do courses for 4 to 19-year-olds, 6 to 19-year-olds, something like that. So I went for a few years in my teen years because we lived in a postcode that meant we could get it for free, and I just had to get the train there on my own, which was also a bit, but you know, not what we're talking about right now. So I'd gone to this summer school and I'd had one of the teachers like really focus in on me because I'd gone to like one of the like build a band ones, and I was like, look, yeah, I don't really want to sing. Like, I get that the point is that everyone here is going to be a part of the performance, so I have to do something. I can't play any instruments, so I'm going to have to sing. But I write songs. I have this little notebook. I still have it upstairs. I was like 12 or 13, I think, maybe 14. I was a young teenager. I'd gone in and been like, look, I just like writing songs. I just love writing songs. I write all these songs. I've got these songs. Please let me like do something with these songs. That's all I want to do. That's why I've come to this. And while the teacher sort of like zoned in on me and was initially very like, so do you need me to like help you put chords to it? Do you need me to like help figure out the melody? Like, you just have lyrics, don't you? And I was like, no, I can only do lyrics because I can't play anything, but I can sing it to you. I have the melody. I know how it should sound. I know how the drum beat should be. I know what guitars I want to write. I know how the piano should sound. Like, I've written this song. I have this song. I just don't have the skills or the knowledge to be able to like put things to it to make it a song, but I know exactly how it should go. So he really like focused in on me and spent the entire week like writing this song with me and figuring out how I wanted all the parts to be, and me like a lot of it was just sitting at a piano with him and me like trying my best to sing the notes that I wanted and the way it should sound, and we figured it out. Like, this man spent so much fucking effort on me and we got the song together, and at that point in my life, I'd never done anything like it. You know, like I could play like 2 chords on guitar and not really figure out how to strum while also changing chords. Like, I really couldn't have done it on my own. And it's one of the like only times in my young life that I remember feeling like a genuine deep sense of pride in like, I've written this song, I've come in, I've worked with somebody, we've done like a teamwork, we've created this song, we went into the proper professional recording studio at Lipper and recorded it and had it pressed onto a CD. And this was like outside of the summer school. Like, he'd really like taken me out and been like, you're doing something here and we're gonna like fucking do it. And I felt like it was a genuine like confidence boosting moment where I was like, oh, okay, like I want to do music and I want to do this thing and I love writing my little songs. And I've had someone who like I'm looking up to as an authority figure, as a teacher here, like does music as his career when he's not teaching. Like, someone I really look up to has taken the time out to be like, you're doing something good here and I'm going to help you do it because you have potential, you're doing something. Like, I was so excited and so proud of myself, and especially the song. I still remember the song. I probably still have the CD somewhere. It was called Mama Dearest. Like, see, that's why I wanted to like be a songwriter, was because a lot of the songs that I wrote, especially at that time, even now, like they're very not like as much as they're my feelings and how I feel and whatever, they're not my personality. It'd be weird for me to be the person performing the song. So it was all about how I'd wish my mother had me sooner, because I liked like the Beatles and Elvis and everything. So I had all these like vintage like classic rock references in it. It had like a good bit of like blues oldie time piano in it. It was really fucking fun to my memory, to be honest. And like I say, it was like about my mother, so I was really fucking excited to like not only get to go home at the end of this week and not have to live with my nan anymore, but also to show my mum this song that I'd written that was like about her and like dedicated to her, and the fact that she'd shared this music that she had when she was young with me and now I loved it. And like, it was this like whole big thing for me that was like so many layers wrapped up in it, you know? It was such a big deal to me, and I played it to her and she just sat there, you know? Like, she didn't like tap her hand to the fucking rhythm or anything. She just sat there and she listened to it and she was like, so what did you do on that? And I was like, oh, well, I sang on it and I wrote it. And she was like, you wrote the lyrics? And I was like, no, like I told the other musicians what to do. Like, we developed the music together because I knew how I wanted it to sound, and like I explained it all. And she was like, so you're not playing anything on it then? And I was like, oh, no, I sang on it, I wrote the song. Did you like the song? And she was like, oh yeah, it was fine. And like, obviously that was really disappointing, really, like it was shitty, and I dealt with it and it was fine. But I was obsessed with this song, you know? Like, it was the first time in my life that I'd like gotten the song that was in my head to be something I could actually hear in real life. It absolutely blew my mind. It was incredible to me. So I kept playing it. Like, I'd just sit in my room and listen to it and be like, oh my God. And every now and again, my mum would go past my room and she'd hear me listen to it and she'd pop her head in and be like, your voice doesn't sound that good on it, you know? Like, it's not as good as you seem to think it is if you keep listening to it. You keep listening to it, but it's really not that good, is it now? Like, it's not repeated listens good. And it's one of the times that, like, I don't know what else she was trying to do beyond, like, knock me down a peg or two, trying to, like, humble me a little bit. Because I was, like, I was really proud of it. Like, that's the thing, is I feel like I need to, like, give her benefit of the doubt in some way and be like, maybe I got, like, really cocky about it or something, but, like, you know, I wasn't making other people listen to it. Like, I'd had my mum listen to it because she was my mother and it was about her. And then I was just listening to it for my own, like, joy of the fact that it existed in the world. And she just, like, could not let me have it. And I'm not going to do this whole video with ones for my mother, because I don't need to, quite frankly. But there was also, I think it was my 3rd anniversary with my first boyfriend, my first relationship. It ended up being an 8-year-long relationship where he was quite abusive and financially abusive and emotionally abusive, and it was a whole entire thing. But I thought that I was in love and on the right track and doing the right thing, so I was very excited and happy. Like, I was trying very hard to be fucking happy in this relationship, you know? So we were making a whole big thing of it being our anniversary. I don't remember which one it was. It was either 2nd or 3rd, I think. It wasn't, like, that late on, but it definitely wasn't the first either. And we were going to a fancy French restaurant in town. It weren't that fancy, but I was so excited about it. And I just wanted to, like, dress to impress and have, like, the best night ever, and feel like I was doing the right thing by being in a relationship with this man. And, like, oh, I was just trying really hard to make something be nice and have a nice time and so on and so forth, you know? So he was in work and I'd organised it with my mum, so I would go to hers and get ready, and I genuinely thought it would be a nice time to get ready for my date with my mum, because why wouldn't it be? So I was going to go to hers and get ready, and then she'd give me a lift into town. So I go up with all my stuff and I do my makeup and I do my hair, and I was trying real fucking hard at this point to be, like, the perfect woman. So I'd done, like, press on nails and fake eyelashes, and, like, I was having the worst fucking sensory experience of my life. I'd put on this, like, bodycon dress with a fucking shaper and everything else, and high heels, and, like, I was just trying so hard to do, like, full woman TM. It was honestly, to this day, I think it was probably the most effort I've ever fucking put into my appearance, and it was so uncomfortable. And she'd been, like, in and out as I was getting ready, and then she was outside having a smoke when I was finished, so I went out towards to have a smoke, and I was like, so what do you think? I, like, gave a little twirl, because I felt fucking good about myself. Like I say, it's the most effort that I'd ever put into my appearance. We'd done, like, full fucking, like, full body shaper, push-up bar, like, absolute caked on full face of makeup that I'd just bought, like, brand new makeup, like, hair curled, I'd bought a curler and, like, hairspray, like, I'd gone all out, the most that I'd ever fucking done in my life. Like, it was one of the very, very, very few times that I actually really felt good about the way that I looked, especially being, like, a size 20 to 22 at the time, and, like, constantly being made to feel awful about my weight. I felt like I looked $1 million. I felt so good about myself. I gave a little twirl, and my mum looked me up and down, like, really, like, up and down in the way that you see, like, the mean girl doing films, and she goes, oh yeah, you don't look bad, do you? I don't look bad. She's witnessed the, like, 3.5 hours that I've spent getting ready, and I don't look bad, do I? And especially with the context. So I know that this was one of the moments, like, humble me, knocking you down a peg or two. I've just spilt tea down my crotch. It was one of those moments, and not just, like, one of my mother's usual negging moments, because I very rarely felt good about the way that I looked. So 99% of the time when I saw her when I was getting ready to go out to something as a teenager, I was very like, does this look alright? Do I look okay? Do I look like the other people my age? Like, do I look normal? Is this alright? And I would be so anxious and, like, so desperate for validation, and she'd be like, oh, you look lovely, darling. You look so lovely. You're gorgeous. You look gorgeous, don't you? And, like, then she'd, like, pull my dad into it. If I didn't feel good about myself and I was, like, seeking validation, she'd be straight on it to be like, oh yeah, doesn't she look lovely? The moment I felt good about the way that I looked, if I liked my outfit, if I liked my hair, whatever the fuck I had going on physically, if I felt good about it, she was the first fucking person to be like, could be worse, I suppose, couldn't it? kind of prefer that thing that you usually do, but I suppose you can try this out. I suppose it's nice to try new things, but go back to the thing you were doing because that did look better, didn't it, now? You know, like, there were plenty of times that I also needed validation and reassurance and I did not get it, but for the most part, she was quite happy to provide that because then it was expected for me to provide it when she wanted it. But the moment I felt good about myself, the moment I had self-confidence, the moment I was like, oh yeah, I'm $1 million, baby, I look great, that was the time to be like, well, it could be worse. I suppose it's not bad. I suppose you sort of scrub up all right. Taking it back to music, because I've given you the context of the way that I was about like music and songwriting as a teenager, I was not quiet about that in school. People knew that I was going to like various different like drama and musical theatre groups and things. I was taking like drama and music and stuff at GCSE. Like, I wasn't super loud about it, I don't recall, but like people definitely knew about it and knew it was a thing for me. And for the first little while, people were quite supportive, people were quite nice, and that's what has me scared with my current situation. Like, when I first started at that school, I did still have moments of bullying and moments of like people not being nice to me and kind of like leading a bit of a hate campaign. Like, it was a weird fucking time and people weren't overly nice. But when it came to music and singing, I think at first they could like tell that it was a real passion that I had and something that I just, you know, did not have any confidence around and did not have any like self-esteem, and I'm still not fucking sure I'm any good at it in the slightest, you know? And I was very uncertain about it as a teenager. And this is definitely one of the things that plays so hard into why I'm so terrified of like posting any music online, even though I still write lots of fucking songs. Because at first everyone was like really supportive and really nice about it. And I remember having like, I was part of the school choir and also like doing music at GCSE. I keep going to say A-level. I never even fucking managed to do my A-levels, mate. And at first everyone was supportive and they'd be really encouraging, you know, like when it came to like solos, when it came to auditions and things like that, people would be so encouraging and so supportive of me going for things, and I would do my best and often not get them. I never got them. I'd do my best and I wouldn't get them, and it was fine, you know, like it was a passion, it was a thing that I really adored. I was prepared to keep going for it. And despite like not getting the parts and things, I still like got to be in the choir when I submitted music coursework and things. My teacher would be like, oh, that's good, you've done well here. I still had like the individual moments that gave me more self-confidence and gave me more self-esteem about it and made me think like, hey, maybe this is something that I can at least develop, you know? Like, I'm like 14, 15, 16 years old. I don't know why people seemed to expect me to go from being like really anxious and really nervous and scared of singing in front of people and showing people my songs and all that kind of thing, and they gave me all this self-esteem and encouragement and like real support to get around to doing it. And then the moment that I started singing in front of people and going for the parts and showing people my songs, it all turned around and they were like, well, it's just not very good, is it? Like, it's just not very good at it, are you? Like, that was the thing, is like a lot of things in high school I was like really fucking bullied for and really made me feel awful about. Like, another time I think it was quite like a humble me moment, I'd gotten a fucking bright pink satchel bag. Like, the satchel bags were all the rage when I was in my last year of high school, okay? And my mum had found this super cheap one that she'd allowed me to get, and I begged for it, and like, it'd been a whole thing, and I was so fucking happy with this bag. It made me so happy. I loved the colour of it. Like, we got so little self-expression with school uniforms. I was so happy to have this bag, and within like 3 days of having it, one of the lads had started like a big fucking argument with me, and then he just grabbed it and fucking yanked it and broke the handle, and like, it was a leather satchel. I didn't know how to fucking repair it, and Mum was like, well, you fucked it now, haven't you, dickhead? And it was another time that I was like, so I just don't get to have the thing that makes me happy. Like, the moment I have something that makes me happy, that makes me feel good, whether it's about myself, whether it's just in general, someone's got to ruin it. Whether it's physically breaking my thing, whether it's just knocking me down a peg or two and humbling me, whatever it is, fuck me, you know? But yeah, it was over a couple of months, slowly, all of the encouragement and all of the support that people had given me just sort of trickled away, and they were sort of like really sick of me still trying. And it's one of those things where to this day, I am like, well, maybe they encouraged you because they thought you'd be good, and then you weren't, and they were like, oh, pipe down, babes. But I very simply don't actually fucking know, because so much of it was just mean and unnecessary that I'm like, well, you were just bullying me. And I know that there were other girls in the school that could sing really well and could do various other things really well, and you'd tell them that they couldn't because it's like funny to tell people that their talent isn't real. And like I say, I don't think I'm like an overly talented singer. I'm not like I have the natural gifted voice of an angel, but I do think if I'd been doing like regular voice lessons from the age when I was passionate, I'd probably be fairly decent by now, rather than having like all of my fucking passion and joy for it stripped away. And I am very much trying to like gain it back and feel good about it again and things. And I'm considering trying to like play some local open mics or something, but it all terrifies me, and I don't feel like I have any grasp of if I'm any remote decency as a musician, as a songwriter, any of it. It's all a massive, massive uncertainty to me. And I think that's one of the big reasons, honestly, that I just stopped trying at music. And that's where more recently I've been getting more into like the art world. I go to some events at one gallery with several very talented artists, and I mean, to be fair, I've not been knocking around at some like other creative events, and I've just generally been meeting quite a lot of creative people. And like I say, everyone's been really nice. Everyone's been very supportive of me. I've felt like it's the first time in like since I was a teenager that I've been showing people things that I do and things that I'm proud of, and allowing them to like have a response to it and allowing them to have a reaction. Because after the ones that I'd had that just like knocked me straight back down and humbled me and knocked me down a peg or two, I didn't want to do that or give people the opportunity to do it. And it is still like really scary, but doing it now, I am, you know, getting a lot of support and a lot of encouragement, and people are being very kind about it, and it's really, in a lot of ways, it's very exciting and thrilling and really, really nice, and it's definitely helping my self-esteem and everything. But there's the other side of it where I am like, well, I've had this before. You know, I've seen the way that people can be so encouraging and so supportive, and then you start to actually get a little bit of self-confidence and feel a little bit good about yourself, and all of a sudden, you're the world's biggest arsehole, you're so cocky, you have too much self-confidence, they need to knock you down a peg or two. People are just going out their way to make you feel a little bit shitter for no apparent reason, and I don't get it. I've not liked it previously when it's happened to me before, and I'm really, really fucking scared that the more that I push and try at the things that I'm like giving a go, the more people are going to be like, actually babe, actually just sit the fuck down, you're shit at that. And at this point in life, having tried the way that I have so many times, I think it'd actually be quite soul crushing. Like, oh, like that's the thing, is I get quite a lot of comments talking about how I'm so resilient, I'm so brave and so strong for having been through the things that I've been through and still being the way that I am. And like, the well be running dry, babes. Like I can't be like fucking starting over and retrying and building everything up again. You know, like I'm at a point where I really fucking need some shit to start working out. Like it's been exhausting, genuinely. And I think at this point, quite frankly, if people like get sick of me and start trying to humble me and knock me down a peg or two, I'm just gonna go into a full fucking delusion. I'm just gonna be like, you know what, actually, I think I'm the best thing that's ever existed, so it don't matter, does it? Don't matter what you think, because I'm fucking incredible. I joke, but I think that would be the only way to like keep myself fucking together if it happens again. Oh, but we can't control the world, we can only control our reactions to it. I won't lie, I did think I was going to include like some more little tales in this, but it's getting to be quite a long video and I'm getting quite sick of hearing myself talk. There's a point when I'm filming videos where I stop being the person talking and I start actively like listening to my voice and hearing myself speak, and like, I'm still deciding on the words, don't get me wrong, but I'm so much more aware of them as they come out than I am when they're up here. And that tends to be when I'm like, oh, I'm actually like so fucking ready for this to be over now, I'm sorry. So really fast at the end here, I won't be including the link to Seth's GoFundMe, I don't think. I need to properly fucking talk to them. They initiated a fucking message with me because we are, you know, best friends. And I've just been so fucking shit at getting back to people and like having brain space to like think about things. But Shan and Seth do indeed actually have a van now. They have been going out and doing things together. They've been able to like start catching up on things. And it is one of those things where, because they've needed it to be able to go and do things, a lot of the things that they're having to go and do aren't the most fun things, but it means that they are able to start actually catching up on life. And it's just making such a huge fucking difference to them. And it's so much peace of mind, and it just, Oh, I'm so delighted that they've been able to get it. And I really, both from them and from me, we cannot thank you enough for the people here that have helped to like contribute to it and helped us to get this to be a reality for them. It is so lovely of you. And I'm going to be very fucking vocal in that Seth did the vast majority of it. I don't think all that much of the like percentages came from my community specifically, but we also helped, you know, like everybody here who's donated anything, who has shared it all, who went and had a read. I'm very grateful to you, and so is Seth, and so, like, I'm sure so is Shan. I don't really talk to Shan that much unless we're watching Doctor Who. I don't know why you needed to know that, you didn't, but they have their van. We're very grateful. It's massively life-changing and brilliant. I do personally think that Seth should just keep the GoFundMe up until the full amount's paid off. But they're like, oh well, I can afford like the monthly payments aren't so bad. Like a load of American, I don't know. I don't understand how it works. I don't know what fucking APR and stuff is. They feel okay about it, and I'm listening to them and doing what they want. So I don't think the link will be down below. I think we're done with it. I think it's been completed. I think we're sorted. I do personally think that they should just keep it up and let people pay for the whole lot of it, because like it's really hard being a disabled person and take the help that you can get. But I'm also going to respect their fucking choice and decision, so it might not be there, it might be, I don't fucking know. But the link that will be there will be for my friend Alex's top surgery. I said this a little while ago, I said it quite a while ago, I said it for fucking Shannon Seth's one. At some point, I'm gonna figure out what shit that I've made. It's not shit, oh my, what beautiful products that I've created I think are good enough to actually sell and finish the things that I'm currently making that I think people would actually want, so that we can do some sort of like fundraiser, raffle, auction type event to get some money going for Eric's top surgery. I really wish that I'd gotten my shit together in time to do it for Shannon and Seth as well and be able to like split the proceeds. Maybe that's something that I can just figure out on a personal level with Seth. I don't really fucking know what I'm doing about it. I think I am gonna try and like maybe get some local friends to get in and help me out with it, because I do not know what I'm doing. But the whole point of community is to help each other. So that's what I'm trying to do. So if you're new, if you haven't heard this bit before, if you don't normally watch the end of my videos, one of the people that I've met locally, Alec, has been like such a welcoming part of the local community. Has made me feel very at home and settled here. It's been an absolute delight to meet him. And he has a GoFundMe up to be able to get top surgery, because gender affirming care on the NHS kind of fucking sucks. If you didn't know, it's a pretty standard thing out there. Trans people are not getting the fucking healthcare that they deserve, so a lot of them are choosing to go private, and that costs a lot of fucking money. And even with the GoFundMe actually takes quite a fucking massive chunk of, it's like 8% of the money, so that's still even in pretty fucking short for it, to be honest with you. And I think that's a bit fucked up a GoFundMe. But anyway, that's what it's for. If you're an ally to trans people, if you want trans healthcare to be something that's accessible to trans people, so on and so forth. I mean, it's not really, if you would like trans healthcare, if you would like gender affirming healthcare to be accessible to this one trans person, I'd really appreciate you helping out. Once he's got his, we can move on to other people and try and help other people. I felt a bit stressed having to do 2 at the end of every video, to be honest with you. I don't think that was my smartest move. I think we are going to have to stick to 1 at a time. And I don't really think it's actually doing all that much, but it's worth a go into, and it's worth fucking trying. It's worth putting the message out there. So as always, if you're willing to have a little look at it, have a little read, just check out their story, that'd be really cool. If you fancy donating, I would really fucking love that. If you're able to share, that is also absolutely incredible and helps get to the word out there a little bit and helps to spread it. Anything is very appreciated. I don't want anyone to feel bad because they can't afford it, or because, especially with the type of one that it is for Alec, I totally get if it's not something you want to share. Like, I wish everybody could just be out and be themselves and be happy, but I know that that's not the case for everyone, and maybe it would be dangerous for you to start sharing things about gender affirming healthcare. I completely understand. I don't want anything to do anything that's beyond their safety and beyond what they're comfortable with, but I would love it if people were able to do what they can. So I'm going to go now. I get to stop talking. Whoever you are, wherever you are, I hope you're having a lovely morning, evening, day, afternoon, week, month, year, and I will see you again in a couple of days. And also, very quickly, very big thank you for all of the really nice comments about the fact that I needed a little break and didn't post on Sunday. I felt really bad about it, and the comments that I got made me feel a lot better. So thank you. Goodbye.